there. He said, "Do you have a question?" I said, "Yes, brother, I have a question." And he's like, "Oh, okay, so what's it?" I said, "You did not tell me welcome to Canada." Yes. And he laughed. I said, "Yes, so you did not tell me welcome to Canada." I said, "Oh, and welcome to Canada." And at that point, I'm like, "Woo, woo, that's what's up. Welcome to Canada. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." And the guy kept laughing, like, wasn't they worry this girl? But who cares? I beg, I know they live there without my welcome to Canada. Do you know what it took me to get to this place? Are you aware? So please, my welcome is my welcome. What's up, everyone? Good morning from the city of Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, and that's on period. Yay! So I'm truly excited for this beautiful day, for this video. Yeah, your girl is officially in Canada as a permanent resident. Yeah, and today's video is all about my London gist. So if this is the kind of content that you like, if you love gist, you love Tata for this particular video, I am certain you're going to enjoy it. So before we jump right in, my name is Ichechi. If this is your first time seeing this girl, I just want to say to you, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, so basically on here, I document my lifestyle. I also love to travel, and why not share with you beautiful people tips on travel related content. And now I am going to be adding my life here in Canada, my experience as a new immigrant here in Canada. Yeah, that's just it for now. So I do not claim to be a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. So I'm just going to be sharing my life experiences and, a few tips here and there, the things like I have done so that it can help you. Yeah, and also do not forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to do that. Like this video, keep liking all my videos, share with your friends and loved ones, and let's go. So to you, my OGs, I see you all. I cannot overemphasize how much I truly appreciate you all. Yeah, thank you so much. So, yeah, who wants to hear the gist for today? Who wants to hear all about the landing, my landing process, the entire trip, So just get your tea, get your cup of coffee, get your drink, whatever it is you're getting. Let's have this talk. Yeah? Mm. So people, um, I officially got my request letter from IRCC on 8th of July and sent my passports, all of that, and it came through like 3 weeks after. If you haven't seen that video, please do well to go see it so you can understand better the entire process and up until now. So flight was booked for 1st of October. Yes, 1st of October, Nigeria's independence, right? Yeah, I don't know why I picked that date, but for some reason I just picked it. Anyways, so I woke up to a very beautiful day, a very beautiful month. Perfect timing for me. It felt like a fresh start. Yeah, the day was pretty much good. A bit sunny, except for some point later where there were light showers. Yeah, so that's it. I got up early, had my devotion, and just generally tried to get ready for the trip. So my flight was supposed to be for 8 p.m. that day, and I was supposed to leave my home for sometime about say 1, but you know how it is now, last minute details, so like I just had to put everything together one last time. Yeah, but before then, my family and I, we had prayer session, like very powerful prayer session. You know how it is now when you're traveling to the abroad. Hey, you would have to commit the journey into God's hands, bind and cast all the village witches and wizards. Anyways, but it was beautiful. It was a beautiful time. It was such an emotional moment, you know, because yeah, like having the family around, each and every one, you guys committing the day into God's hands, just like a general Thanksgiving, you know. So it was good. It was really good. So later that day in the afternoon, last minute preparations again, my palm oil came. I'm going to do a separate video of my food stuff, like unboxing specifically for food stuff and everything, and you know, tips on how to pack yours if you are yet to arrive. Guys, the time came, the hour that I was dreading the most came, and that was the time of saying my goodbyes. Gosh, that was the hardest thing I had to do, especially saying goodbye to my parents, especially to my dad. Yeah, so I know I can't remember the last time I was that emotional about anything really. That one was so touching. Yeah, and yeah, I cried like a baby. Like I cried like a freaking baby. No cap. And then my dad didn't go with me to the airport. So my mom also cried. You know, of course, I'm leaving, I'm traveling, you know, and just it's not like when I relocated from Port Harcourt to Abuja. I mean, that's just one flight away now, 45 minutes, 15 minutes stops, you're home, or whoever is coming to visit is visiting. But this one was really hard. Yeah, and my mom also cried, partly because I was leaving and partly because my dad was emotional. Yeah, so he didn't join me to the airport. And that if you're going to see this video, if you see this video, I'm just letting you know now that the reason why he didn't follow me to the airport was not because of mom that didn't come. It's because you were emotional, just so you know. Yeah, but it's fine, I totally understand. Yeah, so we left the house at exactly 2:15 p.m. Meanwhile, I said I was going to leave the house like 12:30, and you can imagine I was already running late. But good thing, my house is not really far from the airport. I mean, yeah, Port Harcourt. I stay at Rumo Cruise, and getting to the airport is about 25-30 minutes, all things being equal. However, it took us about 1 hour to get to the airport, and that's because if you're conversant with Port Harcourt, you know how it is. Flyover, one traffic at any point in time. So yeah, but the traffic on that day wasn't so bad, just at a few intersections. And we left the house with in 3 vehicles, 2 salon cars and 1 bus. Yeah, so like my family joined me to the airport, and my friend Bibi came through. Ada was supposed to come, but for some reason she got caught up. So yeah, we got to the airport at exactly 3:15. So we had to wait at Omagua International Airport till about 4. So apparently check-in starts 4 to 6. By the way, guys, I flew Lufthansa Airways. Yeah, so I got in early, tried to check in. So guys, but before I left the house, I tried to weigh, like I weighed my stuff and they were good. But when I got to the airport, wow, I had to start moving things from one bag to the other. That wasn't even funny, you know. And I hate the fact that you have to get to the airport and start shuffling things. Sincerely, I didn't see that coming, but that's what happened, you know. Now I had assistance, so my bag of food stuff wasn't checked with a Greek. Yeah, and that's a good thing because I had like my palm oil, and I was worried that they were gonna find it, or even if they don't find it, when I get to Canada they're gonna take it away. So I was legit worried about that, but thank God everything went well. So I ended up paying for extra luggage. I don't even want to talk about it. This one, wow. Anyways, by the time we finished shuffling and putting things together, I was good to go. But first, please, why is it that at every given opportunity, us Nigerians, we like to exploit? Like every situation, there's always that opportunity to exploit people, try to milk you dry. Guys, I went to the airport with an extra bag, like a GMG bag, and when I got to the airport, apparently one of my boxes wasn't lightweight, so I had to swap. And it turns out that I needed like the biggest size of a GMG bag. My people, guess how much this lady told me? Like, I felt like giving her a hot slap. She said one Ghana must go bag, 4,000. As at how? And she kept giving attitude. My dear, the way I shouted, last year, I ended up buying 2 Ghana must go bags. So instead of giving her 8K, we settled for 7. Even that 7,000, it pained me, I no go lie. Can you imagine something that outside it shouldn't exceed 2.5 at the most if it's so expensive? That one is if it's so expensive, 2.5. And guess what? We had plenty of these bags at home. I shall carry the size smaller. That's all this wahala now that I was saying. But we move, nobody can dull my shine. If she say na 7,000, I be 9,000 be a problem. Though I dash her. Nobody's going to dampen my spirits. Yeah, so eventually we checked in. And another thing too that irritates me, please, why is it that immigration people, everybody at the airport, right from the entrance, sister, find me something. Please excuse me, I'm not Google now. Find your something on Google Map. Put you on this find me something. They can't beg. It was so horrible. Like, shame they catch me. Abba. Then worst of it, when they now see that you're on business class, problem. And that was my situation. So it now feels like, auntie, give us double. Even if a person said, where's the one for my boss? Excuse you, who is your boss? How is that my problem? You never even collect the one you collect. You still they ask for your boss. Did your boss send you to beg for money? Change your ways, change your ways. It will not take you anywhere. Anyways, finally did my checks with immigration, all clear. So guys, at this point, let me shock you. I woke up that morning, got busy with some things, and I ended up not having anything. Now that wasn't even the problem. The problem was, for some reason, I just couldn't eat. Maybe it was the anxiety, jitters, didn't know what to expect. So I felt like my tummy was on a tight ball. At that point, my only consolation, the only thing that I could snack on was, guess what? Chewing gum and Coke. Me that I'm a foodie like this, a homie, chewing gum and Coke. But guys, that was my reality then. That was the only thing that just made sense to me. So by the time I finished with immigration, I found a travel buddy. Shout out to you, Buki. It was nice meeting you, and I also hope that you are settling in nicely. Yeah, so we talked, had a few catch-ups, and as at the time, I think by this time it was already past 7 p.m. Our flight wasn't on ground, so we were already running late for sure. Remember I said that we were scheduled to take off at 8 p.m. but the flight wasn't even on ground. So flight finally came through at about 8:25 p.m. So shortly after, we started boarding. Now we didn't exactly leave when we boarded, right? So the pilot said there were technical issues. Apologized for the delay because apparently I don't know where these technical issues came from. So even from Frankfurt getting to Abuja and finally Port Harcourt, they still had some delays. And he was mentioning something about mechanical fault that been a break. I said, why must it be today that I'm traveling? I cover myself with the blood of Jesus. If village people want to work overtime, they're not going to see me. Imagine the day of my travel and they're saying mechanical. Excuse you, have you technical words? How is that even possible? Legit, I was scared. Let me not lie. Haba. Anyways, finally it was time to take off. I settled in nicely, yeah, and it was my first time flying business class, so I was also excited, I won't lie. And yeah, I did a whole documentary on that experience, so be sure to go watch it. I'm just gonna link it somewhere up here. Yeah, and do enjoy the process as well. Now, yeah, we took off at about, I don't know, maybe past 10, something like that. Yeah, trust PH. By this time, it was raining cats and dogs. Like the rain was very heavy, like torrential rain. So we took off. Flight to Abuja was really bumpy, legit, like thunderstorms, lightning, and I was scared. Like I even caught it on camera, like a short video. But then again, guys, the Holy Spirit actually reminded me, using that situation, that no matter the storms of life, no matter what I go through, no matter what challenges that try to come my way, like, He's got me covered. So that mindset of fear suddenly disappeared. Like I had this satisfying peace, I had that sense of I had sense of, I don't know, how do I put it, I felt a high level of comfort, yeah. And at that point it was so satisfying to watch the entire process. So we got to Abuja. At this time we got to Abuja at almost 12 a.m. So we spent an hour, and that 1 hour was for three purposes. First was to refuel, second was to add more like food and drinks, catering items for the entire trip to Frankfurt, and finally was for the people flying in from Abuja to also come on board. So it took us a total of about 1 hour, and at exactly 1 a.m. we set out for Frankfurt. Now guys, this was supposed to happen at 10 p.m. so that means we had over 3 hours delay in total. Yeah. So while on air, the entire trip was good. I had lots and lots to eat, the perks of joining business class. So I'm not going to talk about all of that here because there's already a video for that. Do well to go watch, and where I shared in detail my experience, yes, and all that good stuff. Finally, we got to Frankfurt at about 7:25 a.m. Now recall that we were supposed to get to Frankfurt at 5:30 a.m. or something like that, but because of the delay, so more delays obviously is going to affect every other thing. But then again, I wasn't worried because I had over 7 hours layover, so that was fine by me. Got in, yeah, I got out of the plane and made my way to my boarding gate. Now that took me about 45 minutes. Frankfurt airport is so big, so prepare to trek, and it's not my first time flying into Germany, so I kind of know my way around, but everything went smoothly. Finally located my boarding gate and also the business class lounge. Meanwhile, back in Port Harcourt, business class lounge, in fact there's no such thing as business class lounge. It's just like a general area, where they demarcated the business class section. Just nothing spectacular, just a bunch of seats, airport seats precisely. Anyways, yeah, so I did a whole review, so please do well to watch that. Then again, yeah, the one thing I enjoyed all through this trip was the business class lounge in Frankfurt. Shout out to Lufthansa, that place is beautiful. And most importantly, I got to freshen up, unwind, just generally relax. I had breakfast. Still, I wasn't so hungry after all the food that I was given. So I had so much to eat. Yeah, and it took a while. Freshened up, just generally had a good time there. Now there was still a further delay. I don't know what was happening there yesterday, but all the flights, they just kept delaying it for some reason. I don't know why that is, but another delay. He said, "Do you have a question?" I said, "Yes, brother, I have a question." And he's like, "Oh, okay, so what's it?" I said, "You did not tell me welcome to Canada." "Yes." And he laughed. I said, "Yes, so you did not tell me welcome to Canada." I said, "Oh, and welcome to Canada." And at that point, I'm like, "Woo, woo, that's what's up. Welcome to Canada. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." And the guy kept laughing, like, wasn't the worry this girl? But who cares? I beg, I know they live there without my welcome to Canada. Do you know what it took me to get to this place? Are you aware? So please, my welcome is my welcome.